Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your fairy reading for mid-March through the end of April. I am doing a fairy reading for St. Patrick's Day, and I got my Magical Times Empowerment cards with the fairies on them. So if you want your own fairy reading, I'm offering them for $17 since St. Patty's Day is on March 17th. Just send me an email. I have all my information down below, and I'll let you know what I need from you to set up a reading. So let's get started. The overall theme for your reading this month is the Seven of Rods, which is all about having to defend yourself and defend your actions. Taking a defensive stance, sticking up for yourself about something. So let's go through these cards and maybe see what's going on here. The first one we have is clarity. Banish the fog of illusion. Open your eyes to the truth. Remember the perfection of who you are. You are perfect, Scorpio. You don't need to constantly defend yourself and defend your actions, because you're pretty darn perfect how you are. And here you are as the fighter. Knights are fighters, defenders, protectors, and that's you. Fighter, you're fighting, defending, protecting yourself, your family, your ideas, your emotions, and maybe it's against this person, the King of Pentacles. Maybe there's some authority figure, whether this is a husband, a boyfriend, a father, a boss, or it's an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could be against, this is an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But this is also the one, this is the seeker, especially the seeker in regards to clarity. The sword's energy is all about clarity and truth. Banish the fog, open your eyes to the truth. And that's exactly what this card is doing. Look at him. He's opening his eyes. He's got his sword out to banish the fog. Look at the fog in the background and the sky behind him. And remember the perfection of who you are. Now, this King of Pentacles could have to do with a person who is the financial provider. It could also have to do with financial security. It has to do with prosperity, financial prosperity. Authority, leadership, especially where on the job or doing some kind of work regarding money, home, or health. So anything in business that has to do with money, banking, finance, anything with money, accounting, or the home, which is any kind of building, contractor work, any kind of work that you might do in the home. Plumbing, electrical, carpentry work, plastering, building, construction, real estate. You could be a real estate broker, salesman, a developer, a real estate developer, anything. And anything to do with health, anything with health, any kind of work with health, but being the best that you can be at that kind of work. And then we have friendship. Be with the ones who make you shine, who love you and really care. Keep those and let the others go. So we've got the Death card and the Hermit card. So who are you keeping and who are you letting go? The Hermit is Virgo. The Death card is Scorpio, that's you. So, and it's also about transformation. So if you're transforming, you're going through some personal transformation and you need to let go what no longer serves. Oh, you know what? I have looked at this card so many times and I have never noticed these people laying here in front of the Skeletor here with the knight. I've never noticed these people laying here before. So it's the Death card. It's letting them go. If they no longer serve you and they make your life hell, let them go. And if that means letting everybody go and becoming a hermit and locking yourself up in your house for a little while until you're done with your transformation and you can reemerge as the new you, then, so be it. But be with the ones who make you shine. So don't go off and be completely alone. He's got his light. He's seeking the ones who make you shine. Who makes you shine? Is this the kind of person who makes you shine? Then let that person stick around. Let that person stay in your life. Get rid of the people that are constantly nagging you and making your life hell, where you have to stand here and defend yourself day in and day out, and they argue and they complain and they attack you, and you have to stand there and defend yourself and stick up for yourself over and over and day after day. Let them go. They're not worth it. Okay, awareness. Pay attention to the subtleties. Look with new eyes. There are signs and omens everywhere. They're always there. The signs are always there. It's whether or not we pay attention to them. Do you ever notice that I do this with vehicles. So all of a sudden I notice a particular vehicle, and whatever makes me notice it, I can't tell you what. Maybe there's somebody, a friend of mine shows up in this kind of a car that I never saw before, and all of a sudden I see them everywhere. I see that car everywhere I go. Or those numbers where all of a sudden one day you noticed 222. And everywhere you go, you start to see 222. It's everywhere. And the more you think about it and the more you acknowledge it, the more you see it. So the signs are always there. It's just whether or not you pay attention. So the message is to pay attention for the signs. They're everywhere. And here's the signs. Here's the signs. Here's the angel blowing the horn telling you, this is your higher calling. This is what you came into your life to do. This is what you set out to do, your higher calling. It's your destiny. It's rebirth and renewal. It's the new you. It's you emerging. When you hibernate for a little while, you go through the death of the old you and the rebirth and the renewal this is the rebirth and the renewal. So the death of the old you, and Scorpios are all about transformation. So it's the death of the old you and the rebirth and the renewal of the new you. The new you is emerging. The new you rising from the dead and beginning anew with your new friends, with the people who love you and the people who deserve to be with you. And here we have the Queen of Rods. So this could be somebody who is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But it could also be all about you taking action. Taking action, following your destiny, finding out what it is that you enjoy doing, that you want to be doing. Looking with new eyes, the new eyes would be here. The new you arises. And looks for these omens with a new set of eyes. Okay. And then we have confidence. Be bold. Rise up and stand tall. Feel the fire in your soul. And that's what you're doing here. I mean, you are rising up and standing tall. You're putting up with a lot of crap, but you're standing tall. And feel the fire in your soul. So the rods is the fire. So feel that fire in your soul. That burning desire to set out to do what it is you want and desire to do. Now the Tower card this is a drastic change in your life. So this Death card is all about this transformation. This is a new beginning for you. Something is changing and happening for you. And it's a drastic change. This is this drastic change that forces you to make change in your life when you don't want change. It forces you to go through this transformation, to be reborn. And sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it's not easy. And usually this is something that comes out of the blue, or it's unexpected. It could be sudden. And it's probably out of your control. It just happens. But now you have to deal with it and You have to rise from the ashes here in the Judgment card. You have to rise from the ashes and pick up the pieces and emerge as the new you. And the Page of Pentacles could be a messenger about a new job. Maybe it's the loss of a job. Maybe it's the loss of your job so that you can go out and seek a new job. Seek a new job that's rewarding and that's going to bring this financial abundance to you. Maybe when you lose a job, there's a better opportunity around the corner that you would not be looking for otherwise. So, they always say these tragedies are blessings in disguise. Sometimes when these things happen, they're just blessings in disguise. But stand tall with your confidence and take action and do what you need to do to get the job done. So here we have sacred space. Take time for the dreamer in you. Find your power and stillness in your sacred space is the peace you seek. It's funny how this one is right underneath the Hermit card, because the Hermit card is all about exactly what this says. Find the power and stillness in your sacred space is the peace you seek. So that's what the Hermit does. The Hermit crawls into his sacred space to find his peace and to find power. It's all about finding your own personal power in your sacred space. And maybe your sacred space is, a childhood home, a childhood neighborhood, childhood memories. It's really, maybe it's just about reminiscing about your happy childhood memories. Maybe your sacred space has to do with your own children. And, here we have the Four of Pentacles. Now, this is about withholding. It's withholding love. It's withholding money. It's withholding your time and your attention. It can be about saving. So if there's some financial situation, how can we relate this to the dreamer in you? Find the power and stillness in your sacred space. He looks like a guy that's sitting in his sacred space counting all of his money. If that's what you need to do, Scorpio, then by all means go do that. Lock yourself in your office and count your money. If that brings peace in your life because it makes you aware of your financial security, then go ahead and do that. But whatever it is that you need to do to find that peace in your life. And then we have cycles. We are all becoming. Surrender to your changes, release your fear, trust this powerful process. So Scorpio is all about transformation, death and renewal, transformation. Scorpio in astrology rules the 8th house, and the 8th house also has to do with other people's money. So this card may just be some indication of some money coming to you, other people's money coming to you in some way. It's not money you earn on the job. It's some money either through a lottery or inheritance or some other kind of money that could be coming to you. It doesn't have a whole lot to do with the sacred space. It really doesn't. Unless it's money you've already gotten. Unless it's money you already have gotten in some way. Okay, so the cycles. The cycles is the Scorpio. You're known for the cycles. We are all becoming. Surrender to your changes. Release your fear. Trust this powerful process. So you're going through some changes, and the changes may have to do with work. That may be what this Tower card has to do with. For some of you, that might have to do with some drastic changes at work where you may end up losing your job. But the blessings could be around the corner at the next job. And, it's a cycle. And this is about success and victory right here. The Chariot is you taking charge of your life, being in command of your own life, and moving ahead, moving forward towards success and victory. So it's success and victory on the job. And earning money, this financial abundance here, financial security. So if there is some loss, especially where money is concerned, then it may be a blessing in disguise because there may be some new opportunities coming for you. It's a cycle. You know, out with the old, in with the new. It may be a better job than the one you had, so it may be a blessing in disguise. So there you go, Scorpio. Thanks for watching. Send me an email if you're interested in your own reading. Take care. God bless.